Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter is the latest and best installment in the franchise. Its buttery gameplay and jaw-dropping graphics give it an unparalleled edge over any other first or third-person shooter on the 360. Advanced Warfighter finally marks the arrival of the next generation in gaming. As Ghost Team Captain Scott Mitchell, you're stationed in Mexico City to protect the President of the United States during a summit meeting that also includes the Prime Minister of Canada and the President of Mexico. The conference is ambushed by a group of rebels, and it's your job to get the leaders of the free world to safety.
Buckle up, gentlemen. The radio chatter says this is going to be a hornet's nest.
The story is completely fictional, but the political situation, equipment, and strategies your team of soldiers put into action are very realistic. The technology at your fingertips is currently being developed by the military for real-world use 4 years from now. So while you may not get into the game's politics, you'll definitely appreciate the opportunity to use equipment that special forces can't even get their hands on yet. The objectives in each mission are not only spontaneous and challenging, but you can approach them from multiple angles. And choosing a different route or tactic often completely changes the game experience. The voice acting is appropriately straightforward, which is a relief because the mission briefings and command characters in previous Ghost Recon titles could get a little over the top. Simply put, Advanced Warfighter is one of the most immersive and emotional action titles in video game history. This comes from the game's unflinching dedication to realism, from the brutally challenging single player to the you're dead and you're out co-op multiplayer. While the game is difficult, it makes it that much more rewarding when you're pinned down and out of nowhere a reinforcement Apache annihilates the enemy tank and soldiers hunting you. When you do die, it's usually not a result of lack of skill on your part, but more a tactical mistake that can be rectified without playing the same area over and over. That said, enemies patrol and roam the map, so the experience can be different each time you play. The controls have a pretty hefty learning curve, but you have a staggering amount of tools at your disposal, from your character's actions to your teammate commands to your cross-comm and use of military vehicles. When you get the hang of the buttons and interface, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. In each mission, you'll have 3 other soldiers to command, and you'll realize the hard way that they are absolutely necessary to finish each level alive. They'll cover and protect you, respond to your orders, and the cross-comm lets you see what they see, giving you 3 other valuable perspectives of the battlefield. The single-player mission should provide between 10 and 15 hours of gameplay, but the most rewarding feature of Advanced Warfighter is the record-breaking multiplayer. There are 3 different modes to choose from: Local Play, System Link, and Xbox Live. Local Play works on a split screen with friends, or even by yourself using a lifestyle simulator. System Link and Xbox Live give you a ton of different modes to choose from, but rather than just stop there, Advanced Warfighter lets you customize your own game from a remarkable selection of options.
I've been made! He looked right at me! I'm on the move!
Multiplayer is addicting, to say the very least. Ghost Recon has always provided online replay value that can last for months and even years. But for the first time in the history of Xbox Live, you can fight with up to 16 players in a co-op mode that's completely separate from the single-player story and takes place in multiple locations. Whether you want to compete or team up online, Ghost Recon delivers. Nearly all aspects of Advanced Warfighter's design are flawless. The previous Ghost Recon titles offered plenty in tactical strategy, but lacked in graphical realism. They had challenging AI, dramatic storylines, and complex objectives, but the environments and character animation weren't at the top of the genre. That's what makes Advanced Warfighter so extraordinary from the beginning of the first mission. It's not only a dramatic visual jump for the next generation, but a titanic leap in graphics for the Ghost Recon series. From the single player to the multiplayer, you'll fight in Mexico, Nicaragua, and other countries across a wide range of environments like industrial areas, urban slums, downtown cityscapes, dense jungles, and wide open deserts. The scale of each map is unbelievable, especially when you're in a helicopter and can take in the whole battlefield. The soldier movements allow you to run, dive, and slide on your knees, and the character animation is very smooth. The sound effects, especially when you're playing on a system that can take full advantage, are not only jarring to listen to, but help you visualize your attack and defense options. And the epic music score by Tom Salta rivals most action films released this decade. The pre-rendered video messages, like communication from helicopter pilots, are a little choppy and awkward, and the blood and gore might not have evolved to a level that some hardcore sci-fi shooter fans tend to enjoy. But at the end of the day, any of the slight glitches or irregularity in the game design do absolutely nothing to distract from the explosive gameplay. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter is one of those games that redefines the genre and pushes the industry forward. Some Xbox 360 titles have groundbreaking graphics, and others have revolutionary gameplay, but Warfighter has tons of both, making it a next-gen upgrade that feels like it's showcasing the absolute limits of the 360 from start to finish. It's not a perfect game, but it's hard to ask Red Storm and Ubisoft for anything more.
Recovery of the President is now your primary objective. Move it, soldier!